Okay, so today we're just going to be really kind of looking at what a relation is, what a domain is, and what a range is, and how to identify it. So the definition of a relation is just a set of ordered pairs. Sorry about this bad writing, but there you go. A set of ordered pairs. That's all it is. Okay. A set of x values, right? So the set of the x values is called the domain, which would mean that the set of y values is called the range. Okay, so that's your notes for the top of this page. So if we're looking at this, right, we're looking at the domain, we're looking at the range for number one, okay? So the domain are all the x values. So let's look at what we have. We have so we have a -3, a -2, a 1, a 3, and a -3. So when we write down this down, right, we're going to write it from smallest to biggest. So we have -3, that's the smallest, right? There's two of them, but you only have to write it down once because we're looking at like the domain, like the total from one to the other. So -3, and then I have a -2, I have a 1, and I have a 3, and then these are my fancy brackets. They don't look that fancy, but they are. So now I'm going to be looking at the range, which is the what? It's the set of the y values. So in any ordered pair, it always goes x and then y. So now we're going to look at 1, 0, 2, 5, and -4. So what's the smallest? -4, and then 0, 1, 2, 5, right? That is all we have, and that is it. So now we're just looking at those same numbers. I'm going to erase all of that so we can see it again a little better. And we're going to put it into this table. So we're going to put the x values into the table with the corresponding y value. Okay, so we are going to do -3. What's the y value that goes with that first? It's a 1. We have -2, 0. We have 1, 2. So I got it. This is where I'm getting this from, right? So there's my ordered pair, and I'm just going to plug it right in there. 3, -4. And then this one, where does this one go? Down here, so it's going to be -3, 5. So now I know the domain. I have the values for the domain. I have the values for the range. And then I have the table filled out. So now we're going to do some mapping, okay? So let me move this over. Okay, so I moved this over. So when we're doing mapping, we are going to put all of the domain and the range in each one. So, and we're going to use just what numbers are in the domain. So we're not going to repeat anything. We're going to put the -3 in here. We're going to put -2 in here. We're going to put 3 in here. And we're going to put 1 in here. I should probably do that the other way around though. We're going to put a 1 in here, and then we're going to put a 3 in here. So I have all of the different values of x in here. And then we're going to put the values of y in the other one. So we're going to have a 1, a 0, a 2, a -4, and a 5. I didn't fit that in there very well, did I? And then I'm just going to have you draw lines from the x value to the corresponding y value, right? So super easy. -3 goes to 1, right? But -3 also goes to another number. And what is that? 5. Just to make this easy, I'm going to have different colored lines. -2 goes to 0, right? Right. 1 goes to 2, and 3 goes to -4. So as you can see, we only have one number, one value of x that corresponds to two values of y. And then we're going to graph all of our points, okay? So this is where we do some graphing. So I'm going to do this first, right? I have -3, 1. So -3, right, that's x. So I'm going to start on the x-axis. And I'm going to go, remember, the middle is always 0. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Why did I go to the left instead of the right? Because I'm going negative, right? So I go -3, and then I go up 1. So my first point, I'll put my points in blue, goes right there, okay? So now I'm going to do the next ordered pair, which is -2, 0. So in order to do that and make it make sense, I'll erase that for you guys. So now I'm just going to go 1, 2, -2, and it stays right there on the 0. So let's put our point there. Yep, there we go. We got our little point. Alrighty, and now we're going to do 1, 2. So let me erase that. All right. So 1, 2, so we're going to go over 1 and then up 1, 2. So it's there. I'll put it in blue though, so it makes more sense. And now we're going to do 3, 4. So do we go to the right? We do. So 1, 2, 3. And then -4, we go down 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we put our point right there. And then our last ordered pair is -3, 5. So we are going to go over -3. So 1, 2, 3. And then it says 5, so we're going to go up 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our point goes right there. All right, so that is what the assignment is. So you have number 2 and number 3 to do yourself. So you only have 2 to do yourself. And this is your example. So, all right, and remember, feel free to let me know by email or text if you do need a hand today. All right.